The main task force was about to enter the exclusion zone, and the Harrier pilots were being briefed for the first airstrike.
Ted, the depression for CVU is worked out for what, 480 knots? 480 flap out to 450, sorry, yeah, 480 flap out to 450 mid flap. Okay? Yeah.
It was to be an attack coordinated with a Vulcan bomber flying 3,500 miles from Ascension Island. The Harriers would follow it in after daybreak, and with the defences alert, they were told that 3 of them could expect to be shot down. By dawn, the fleet's radar had tracked the Vulcan, codenamed Black Buck, across Stanley airfield, and monitored the code word that its bombs had been dropped. It was time for the Harriers to join the offensive to recapture the Falklands.
Clear on Sea Harrier 2-3, after it, flying to ATQ run. 5-6, close up Sea Harrier 2-3.
Every plane in the task force joined the raid, 12 from Hermes, 8 more from Invincible, 20 in all. They wheeled around the sky, forming up before heading 90 miles west towards the islands.
Se repite el ataque contra Puerto Argentino con mucha mayor intensidad. Antes habían sido 2 aviones que habían bombardeado el aeropuerto con escasa suerte. Ahora el tiroteo es mucho más intenso y se ve que además otro de los blancos es el mercante argentino que está...
From Port Stanley across the bay, an Argentine camera team watched the bombs falling and the fierce anti-aircraft fire.
Contestan nuestras baterías antiaéreas y se ve el refulgir de sus disparos en el aire.
The Harriers came in low around the mountains to strike at the headland on which the airfield was built.
Y ahora se hace más intenso.
War hadn't been declared, but that made it no less real. Out at sea, it was a tense 40 minutes before the planes returned, with everybody watching, counting, wondering if they'd all make it back safely. They did. Reconnaissance photos of the airfield showed that the Vulcan had laid a trail of bombs and got 1 on the runway. Other low-level pictures of the raid showed the effect of the Harrier bombs. But was it enough to close the runway and enforce the air blockade? Pictures flown out to Argentina were evidence that it was not.
The evidence, in fact, pointed quite the other way. The only people leaving the Falklands were the Argentines injured in the bomb attacks. More men and supplies were moving in and out of Port Stanley, despite the runway bombing and the blockade.